Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria, a name that strikes fear in fighters and ignites passion in fans. They call him El Matador, but unlike the bullfighter who survives by avoiding danger, Topuria hunts it. He embraces chaos. He thrives in it. When he steps inside the octagon, something changes. The atmosphere thickens, the crowd holds its breath, and everyone knows, once Ilia begins to move, it's only a matter of time before someone falls.
Interesting because, he did exactly what he said he's going to do. He is an absolute complete fighter. Stand up is beautiful, ground, grappling, everything. This kid's a star.
Everything's flawless. His boxing is so dangerous. He's so dangerous everywhere. He's dangerous with submissions. He's dangerous with kicking. He's dangerous. His heart is dangerous.
He doesn't just compete. He conquers. His story is one of relentless power, physical, mental, and unshakable. From the first time Ilia wrapped his fists, it was clear. He carried a different kind of strength. Coaches described his punches as heavy. Even before he perfected his technique, his grappling, like being trapped under steel. Fighters often grow into power. Ilia was born with it. But what sets him apart is how he harnessed that raw force, shaping it with discipline, sharpening it with precision. Every strike he throws is controlled violence. Every movement is calculated destruction. His professional career began with a storm. Opponents entered with confidence and left broken. Some tapped under his chokes, others collapsed under his fists. Almost none made it past the opening round. Word spread fast. El Matador wasn't just winning, he was erasing his opponents. That combination of speed and force at featherweight was rare, terrifying, and unforgettable.
There are two types of champions for me. There are champions who prepare themselves to win, and there are the other ones who prepare themselves to dominate. I prepare myself not to win because I know that I'm gonna win. I wanna win in fashion. I wanna dominate. I wanna maul people. I want people to be entertained. I want people to be like, wow, I'm happy that I spent the money this Saturday night going watch this guy.
Then came his chance on the biggest stage. Short notice, high stakes. No problem. Ilia Topuria walked into his UFC debut and imposed his will from the very first exchange. He mauled, he pressured, he dominated. By the end, there was no doubt. The UFC had found a new predator. Commentators noted something chilling. Even when he grapples, there's violence in every movement. Topuria wasn't here to survive. He was here to make a statement. After that night, Ilia unleashed chaos. Damon Jackson was flattened by a crushing combination. Ryan Hall, a feared submission wizard, was smashed on the ground. And Jai Herbert, a taller, dangerous, lightweight, nearly stunned Topuria with a head kick. Most fighters would retreat. Ilia didn't. He smiled, adjusted, and delivered one of the most devastating right hands in UFC history. Herbert fell instantly. The crowd erupted. And the legend of Topuria's knockout power grew louder. His strikes aren't wild. They're precise. He doesn't waste movement. He waits, calculates, then detonates. That's what makes him so terrifying. His violence is intelligent. Yet, his power isn't only in his fists. On the ground, Ilia is a hammer. His top control crushes opponents. His submissions squeeze the fight out of them. Against Ryan Hall, many expected him to play it safe. Instead, he marched into Hall's guard and unleashed bombs until the referee saved Hall from further punishment. Ilia's strength is total. There is no safe zone. Stand with him, and you risk a knockout. grapple with him, and you risk suffocation. Then came the night that changed everything. UFC 298. Across the cage stood Alexander Volkanovski, a champion who seemed untouchable. In round 2, Ilia's right hand found its mark. Thunder, silence, then eruption. Volkanovski collapsed. The reign was over, and a new king was crowned. Undefeated, unstoppable, the new featherweight champion of the world, Ilia Topuria. Some fighters win with speed, others with skill, but very few carry the kind of power that bends fights and futures in their direction. Ilia Topuria carries that power, not just in his fists, but in his mind, his will, his very presence. He is more than a fighter. He is a force of nature. And for the UFC, for the featherweight division, for anyone who dares to face him, the storm of El Matador has only just begun. Then came Max Holloway, a legend, known for his volume, durability, and relentless pace. He'd never been knocked out before. Fighters came, hoping to end him. Few even stood toe-to-toe. The fight unfolded like a collision course. Holloway looked for openings. Topuria waited, composed, explosive. In the third round, he found it. A perfectly timed counter, a thunderous shot that echoed through the arena. Holloway hit the canvas, a rare sound. The first ever KO of his storied career. The legacy was broken not by chaos, but by intelligence. El Matador had done the unthinkable. He ended one of the most durable warriors in UFC history, with violence that was calculated, patient, and merciless. Some fighters win with speed, others with skill, but very few carry the kind of power that bends fights and futures in their direction. Ilia Topuria carries that power, not just in his fists, but in his mind, his will, his very presence. He is more than a fighter. He is a force of nature. And for the UFC, for the featherweight division, for anyone who dares to face him, the storm of El Matador has only just begun.